Hello again, this is Fabian with the A.O.U, Amandla Of Umgwamanda, out in Arizona, Maricopa area. This is a continuance of the informative videos that are being produced to give the community an understanding on how and what we implement with our program and how we're going to implement it. Um, Now, this video is the third one, and it's going to be over pet therapy. So that's what this video is going to be. Again, I got my notes over here, so I'm be rejogging my memory with the notes I wrote down. So um, first, let me inform everyone that this is researched information. Something that is documented factually. And it's just simply understood. Pet therapy helps. Um, it's backed by Science Daily, Monmouth Medical Center out in New Jersey. Um, and as well, I have had firsthand experience with it, being working in the behavioral field. I've seen changes in children who exhibited high behavioral um, impulses and actions. And once pet therapy was incorporated um, in the plan or abroad, behaviors decreased, or they got to a very low point because the interaction with the pet, during pet therapy, it calms them, relaxes, um, gives them something to look for, etc., etc. So this is backed by a lot of things, and I've had firsthand experience with this pet therapy. So um, now we're going to talk about like some research first, and then a little bit more, and then I'll go into how we're going to implement it in our program. In the medical profession, the presence of a domesticated animal, in pet therapy, it has known effects to reduce stress levels prior to surgery, to calm them, to have them come into something that could be traumatizing and stressful, and just like this is this not so nice feeling. It makes them more, put them in a better happy mood. Something to say, hey, maybe it won't be so bad. So it's just not a downer, not a lot of negative energy. You taking that negative energy, that stress, that sadness, etc., and replacing it or trying to combat that with some happiness or a caring feeling. So that has been known by the medical field for some time now. It's taking big headways now, throughout the nation abroad. It's being implemented in schools, still being implemented in the behavioral field, um, the medical field, in prisons. I know some places prisons have them, like to help out the individuals who are incarcerated. I know in some group homes for mentally disabled people, they place pets in there, and that's not even pet therapy. That's just a pet being present within the area, and it calms the atmosphere. So in the area of pain, continue on the medical field. A study was done, and it showed that the pet therapy helped the patient recover faster and more effectively. Because most people, when they go through like a big surgery, they're also stressed. Like, man, I hope everything go right after everything's done, and man, I hope I heal appropriately. I'm not here too long. They just want the process to go smoothly, but the anxiety, and stress, it all compels and compound, and it could affect your healing because your body is trying to send signals to your neurons and certain chemicals to be released, and it's on a consistent basis to calm you down, and all those resources are being taken away from the healing process because your body has to deal, with your stress out first, your anxiety before, your body can focus on, healing yourself from the surgery or whatever it might be. So that's a big thing too. Another reason that pet therapy simply works. Um, one additional study was implemented by the Mammoth Medical Center again in New Jersey. The study showed that patients who engaged in pet therapy prior to MRI. I didn't even know a lot of, but they did a study prior to that. A lot of people feel, stressed out or anxiety before they go to MRI. So I didn't even know that. And they did a study of people who participated in the pet therapy program to individuals who declined to. And the end results were, individuals, again, who participated in the pet program went into the activity, into the MRI in a more calm, relaxed state than individuals who do not participate in the program. So that's another reason, it simply works. Um, Turn the page. And this is the last one of them. It was also within the study in Monmouth study. The Wall Street Journal did a research on individuals who, again, engage in pet therapy and in a medical setting, and they noticed that their cortisol levels were lower, and the stress levels were lower. Cortisol is your stress level, so another factual facts that are widely known in the medical field. So just to back it up. Now these same principles and these same actions are going to be implemented by now this is back to the foundation now. These same actions are going to be implemented by the foundation, A.O.U, to assist in marginalized communities and bring these aspects to the youth and the families, mainly to the youth right now, until we get a little bit bigger. But the families still have some interactions, but not as much as the youth would. So we want the youth to experience this therapy too. We just don't want to not expose them to this because it's very beneficial. Because a lot of people in these areas are very stressed out, anxiety, anger problems, etc., and all this stuff is going to be geared towards helping them and putting them in a more balanced state so they can be, again, more productive. They can be more open to the program, not only to the program, but they're productive and, realistic programs that can be implemented in real world experiences. So we're definitely going to be implementing that. We're in the talks with a pet therapist, certified one in the Maricopa area. So we're trying to get them to volunteer some time. It goes back to the donations too. You just don't always have to donate funds. Funds are welcome and are necessary to run this foundation. But another aspect, a trade, trying to help a community youth work on a trade or giving your time and assisting if you have a special skill, that is more than welcome, and that's what we're pursuing too. So we're in the talks with a pet therapist to come and donate some time to the organization. Alongside working with local farms, again, it doesn't always have to be, because most pet therapists implement the use of a dog, a domesticated dog, and this goes back to farms. I talked about in a previous video that we're going to be visiting farms and understanding agriculture, where your food comes from, etc., etc. And at that time we can do this, or we can set up another time. to implement this and incorporate it with the task at hand on that specific time. We can go. They got horses. They have other farm animals, chickens, roosters, ducks, etc., etc. So we're gonna goats. We're gonna try to use that atmosphere as also as a pet therapy type atmosphere um, to work with the marginalized youths in that aspect. Um, Now, the results that we're seeking out are, a few multiple results because the cases that we're taking on and dealing with aren't all the same. Um, so we are pursuing different end results for a specific case, and once that case has become basically balanced and normalized in a sense, they all fall under this guidelines. Everybody's happy, everybody's balanced, everybody's, pursuing them. This is just being more productive and more productive, building yourself up. The first part of this is to assist the youths who just need behavioral interventions, who have been hurt, emotionally disabled, and who just have a hard time trusting others. So we're trying to incorporate this program with them mainly because they're going to be the ones that are going to be the harder the hardest ones to get through and to make them calm. Hey, this is a welcome place. This is to benefit the community and yourself. So we just need to get them to see that first. And pet therapy is a great way to to that that key that can unlock a door to another door to another door, et cetera, et cetera. So that's going to be the first aspect of it. And the next one, the second one is just to get individuals who are again not behavioral, but they just need more opportunities to do stuff, more outlooks on life, more experiences. So that's that second aspect that we're gonna help those individuals to experience more things. To say, wow, I never seen a crocodile before, or a goat, or a pigeon. They seen a pigeon. A chicken, something like that. That's alive, rather, and stuff like that. Horses and stuff like that. Because a lot of children, especially in inner cities, in the marginalized communities, they don't see stuff like this, especially in person. So yeah, we're gonna do that one too. And the third one is for in some communities abroad, and this happens, but I'm just talking about the marginalized communities. The 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 not so respectfulness of animals and other life. So this will help them gain respect for animals, large, small, etc., etc. So we want to establish that respect from a holistic perspective, like respecting nature, in a whole. If you understand where your food comes from, or you understand the dynamics of the pet and or the animal or the traits of it, it'll have you looking completely different or in a more respectful manner to animals in general. And and it's just a good way to have these individuals in the marginalized communities exposed to this, because it just builds character and a solid ground on coming and understanding all from a holistic perspective. And again, it could spark something in one of the children that say, hey, I want to be a pet therapist, or I want to be a veterinarian, or I want to get a farm or something like that and grow food and stuff like that. So these programs are there to incorporate productiveness, to de-escalate behaviors, to eliminate behaviors, to have a better understanding of what goes on um, abroad, um, in your community that you might not even know about. So this is what all this is about, and it's all done to produce a more holistically well-rounded individual to be more productive with themselves and within their community. So that's the pet therapy part three of the informative information. And again, this is Amandla of Umgwamanda. You can email us. You can go to the website. You can check out some information. I'm sure is around this video somewhere. And if you have any concerns or questions, we are open for a dialogue. So you can just do that. And again, it's Fabian with the A.O.U. So love, power, respect,